The Premier has faced a hostile crowd in Mount Gambier as he pledged to continue with the state's controversial forestry sale. Jay Weatherill was booed and jeered as he failed to convince locals their jobs are safe. State political reporter Nick Harmson has more.
Welcome to the southeast. Jeers greeted Jay Weatherill as he became the first Premier to make an official visit to Mount Gambier in 5 years. The town ground to a halt as more than 1,000 locals gathered to voice one message.
What do we want? No sale. When do we want it? Now.
We need this government to recognise how important the southeast is to the state.
Hear, hear.
The government is already seeking expressions of interest to sell 3 timber rotations. The Premier tried to convince the crowd their interests and local jobs aren't at risk.
None of the decisions have been taken in a way which we believe is going to threaten the future of a sustainable forestry industry in this state.
As the Premier spoke in Adelaide, the opposition leader was out selling her own planned rotation, bringing in new growth and clearing out some dead wood from her front bench.
It's never a nice thing, and these people are friends of mine.
Terry Stevens and Michelle Lensink were demoted, as was Stephen Griffiths. 2 years ago, he was the Liberal choice for Deputy Premier and Treasurer. Now he's outside the top 16.
It seems to be a reshuffle done on getting rid of people who won't complain too much.
Isabel Redmond's potential rivals will be kept busy: Martin Hamilton-Smith in health and Vicky Chapman in transport and infrastructure.
The fact that I've put Martin and Vicky and others into very senior portfolios demonstrates amply that I have no concerns about leadership challenges.
3 first-term MPs have been promoted, including one earmarked by a former Premier as a future one.
That would be a long way away. If ever that were to happen, that would be a long way away. One step at a time.
Stephen Marshall is promising to maintain the rage in industry and trade, while John Gardner will tend to families and communities.
Nick Harmson joins us live now from State Parliament. Nick, there's a lot of familiar faces in the Liberal Party's shadow cabinet. How big is this reshuffle really?
Well, Jess, it's not the most dramatic reshuffle ever. Many of the faces stay the same, but the 3 new faces are all first-term MPs, which will help the Liberal Party counter the fresh look of the Labor front bench under the new Premier, Jay Weatherill. Isabel Redmond will be hoping the promotion of Martin Hamilton-Smith and Vicky Chapman will help keep their leadership ambitions at bay. Both of those MPs have been leadership contenders in the past. Isabel Redmond says this is the team that she would like to take to the next election. Of course, a lot of that will depend on how the party travels in the next few months in the polls. Jess.
Nick Harmson at State Parliament.